map of this best of 3 matchup between E-Frag and SK Gaming, and we're going to have a quick look at the buys here. We're going to see 4 armor buys on E-Frag, so we are seeing a kit on NKO, obviously. He's going to be buying towards the A site, whereas SK go for a very standard T-side Inferno buy, a triple armor and a couple of nade buys, obviously, to get onto a site. Inferno's known for its choke points, so they're really going to need those nades to block off either entry wherever they're going, depending on the site, CT on B or coils, or obviously either long or short, depending on where they want to go. If they go towards the A site, or obviously they could save it for after plant too. And we're going to see just normal mid presence from SK, not managing to challenge so far. We are seeing some aggression down Banana here from Bubble, and he's actually got himself into a really nice position, not even needed a nade to get there. Look at this angle. If they run down towards B now, they could really get smown down. And yeah, that's going to happen. Bubble going pretty large, getting 3 kills, swapping out for the Glock, and he's already on top of this round. He is going to get taken out there by Mr. X, who's going to be Cadian. So he's left alone in this 1 versus 4. He does find some shots off, but no armor. It's going to mean he's going to go down to victory, and that's going to be the pistol round there to E-Frag. Very convincing start there from Bubble.
Yeah, great play there, pushing down Banana. No smokes, no anything needed to get them down that far. And like you said, it was just like through the meat grinder. Bubble there picking up a really nice 3k and locking in that first round for the CT side. That's going to be 1-0. A typical kind of win here for the CT side, taking that first pistol. And you notice they didn't really have a lot of utility, really heavy on the armor presence, but they still made it work. And they were able to kind of play off for that, and they did manage to get a couple of free nades out of it, I believe, as well. So it's all good. And now we're just going to be seeing a really standard anti-eco, and lots of FAMASes, a P90 and a UMP on Spy Leader there. And all the smokes and flashes and diffuse kits they're going to need plenty of utility. They've got more than enough time just to kind of wait this one out. Over on SK Gaming, we have got armor pistol, so it's going to be a force buy this round. They're going to be going over towards the B bomb site. And if there was any site you wanted to go towards the pistols, I'd say it'd be B, just because of the close range, the close angles that you can get those one taps on with the Tech 9. And they have got the smoke as well for the cross, most notably. So we're going to see 4 SK players here up towards the B site.
Yeah, but it seems like Freeze is just getting ready to throw out a smoke. This seems like CT smoke, or it could be coils actually. It's right in the middle of the pillar and the log, sorry. So it looks like he's going to be going towards CT, and they're going to be lining up, getting ready with these Tech 9s to enter his site. Smoke is down, and seems like Caecilian is trying to find an early frag, but Victor's just holding him back at the moment, playing very passive, and it seems like E-Frag haven't decided to rotate a player over, but finally they have got a floater who is going to be joining them on the B side. So we see the full out rush onto B. There we go, plenty of trade frags either way. It's now going to be a 3v3, but Cadian's down to 1 HP. He's going to be holding from the flank here, and Banana, it seems like he's going to go down very easily to Bubble, and now they've got to hold this afterplant situation. Nice dink from Freeze is going to mean he's going to come on top. Pelican also getting one of his own, and this is going to be Bubble left alone in this 1v2. Completely unexpected scenario now coming out from SK. They managed to take the site very well, and there we go. Config's going to come on top there, taking that shot onto Bubble, and that'll be the round to SK. So very unexpected there for a second round buy.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of an under-rotate coming out there from E-Frag, but still a great attempt there at retaking that site. They do lose the round, and that's going to take things to 1-1. We're probably seeing a force buy coming out here from the CT side, and that is indeed what we're seeing. They're going to look to kind of hold on to these rounds where they still have somewhat of an economy. Lots of smokes, so they have got more than enough utility just to hold this one back. And, looking at the T side, an AK, Tech 9, and some FAMASes, and that MP7 on Cadian, and it does look like they might be kind of going towards another B push, but maybe not. And then we've got Pelican over here lurking towards Apps, just trying to do what he did so well last round, just by kind of, not allowing that rotate, really forcing the under-rotate in from the A guys. And, great pick there by Tensky just to start the round off. Hardly any damage return, but then a nice return by Spy Leader onto Cadian. And, it was a nice return through the smoke, but lots of damage being exchanged. 4 HP left alive on Spy Leader. And we are going to see a floater coming in from CT. That's going to be Bubble. Looking to hold this off.
Yeah, he
over here, though. Sorry. You go ahead.
Gets that smoke down into CT spawn, and into the B push, and SK are just going to be backing off from this, it seems like. But actually no, Caecilian getting ready to set up a smoke, and E-Frag actually going for a really risky situation here. They're actually going to rotate 2 of the players over. One has moved into CT to play as a floater, and he's going to be throwing a pop flash. That's going to be Spy Leader there, as the rest of the players go towards A. And this is very interesting from SK. They have actually got the bomb player finally backing off, actually setting up the fake alone, and they're going to run into this full stack by E-Frag. 3 members of the CT side on this A site, and this could go very, very badly for SK, because they have got these pistols in this close ranges. There we go, Tensky pushing on, does find one, will not spot out the second as NKL takes him out while full flashed, and this is just going to be a trade game going all over the board. And there we go, SK finally managed to take it with only 10 seconds left. That was very slow play, and it didn't seem like that round should go to SK, going against a stack in a 3v3 and somehow coming on top. Impressive by SK, but maybe a few mistakes from E-Frag, not picking up those really easy shots with the close range with the pistol.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, E-Frag there, they played right into their hands. They kind of misread the situation. There was only one player alive over on the B-bomb side, and they did get towards the A site. And, you know, lots of good damage done by E-Frag. Sadly, not able to take the round. Maybe a bit of a mistake there by SK, just kind of pushed the site with so little information. But at the end of the day, you know, they did come out on top. They did manage to get the round. Maybe a higher cost than what they would have liked. And we're going to be seeing another force spike coming out here from E-Frag. You know, once again, lots of smokes, plenty of flashes, and they were so close last round. I think they're just going to try to mimic the same again, but maybe with a little bit more success this time. You're going to notice no pick straight up by SK. So, you know, things are already looking a lot more favourable here for E-Frag on the CT side.
Yeah, but you know, the time is ticking down. Again, E-Frag going for another relentless force buy. They really, you know, E-Frag are just the kind of team. They have such good teamwork and they have such good force buys, but sometimes you just wonder, is this way too much? You know, they should kind of just eco. They are on the CT side. They should have the advantage as soon as they pick up some rifles. And again, going for yet another force buy could be a really risky move. But let's see if it plays out, as we are seeing SK Gaming push up towards A long at the moment. Smokey's going to be down and Spiley is just going to be all the way over on B alone as another CT rotates from E-Frag side, and again they're going into yet another stack, but will SK come out on top here? Pushing towards long, Cadian is going to find Bubble, and Spidey there with a trade coming out from B is going to manage to land one onto Freeze, and he's going to run through the smoke, and Cadian will punish him for that, as SK seem to have control of the A site here, but they're losing plenty of men in the process. Victor's going to take down Cadian. Now only Tensky's left alive in this 1 versus 2. He's going to be turning around. Victor is going to find the shot though, and that's going to be the round to E-Frag. So again, proving that force buys on the E-Frag side really do work, and SK losing that almost full buy round against, you know, pistol armor.
Yeah, well, like we saw last round, E-Frag came so close there to getting that in, and I think they realized with a little bit more utility and maybe playing the situation a little bit better, than they could easily take this into the next round, and suddenly we're going to be seeing a rather crushed economy over on the T side. I mean, they should be able to get another buyout here if Freeze, never mind, he does buy it up. That was not what I was expecting him to do, so we're going to be seeing some Galils and a Tech 9 over on SK, but, you know, pretty much everything they're going to need to get them through this round. And then over on E-Frag, we've got a full buy coming out, lots of nades, Molotovs across all players. You know, they should be able just to hold this back and kind of play for time, just to put the tension over onto SK, and that's what they've been trying to do so far by, you know, really stacking this utility out on both sites. And yeah, so currently looking good here for E-Frag.
Yeah, getting that bomb down has enabled Freeze obviously to pick up the AWP, so if he can get some early frags and try and entry some sites with that, he should definitely be able to open up the round for SK Gaming. That's exactly what they need. E-Frag having such a good good buy at the moment. You know, so many nades, they've even got a couple of Molotovs on Spy Leader and NKL, and so that's going to be stopping any heavy rushes from SK, although they aren't the team to really do that on buy rounds. You know, you don't see SK go for full, you know, rush B matchmaking style strategies as much, especially not on Inferno, and you know, really it's not a hugely viable strategy. Inferno's the kind of map where you're going to want to play on picks. You can see Asilian here doing exactly that. He's going to get tagged down to 5 HP as Bubble takes the Molotov, and there we go. Cadian follows up with a frag of his own to take out Bubble, and that's going to be a man advantage now for SK Gaming, and they can just work off this. They should have a fairly simple round if they can play off trade frags. Running through the smoke there, Cadian is going to go down, and no trade frag is going to come of it. NKL picks up a nice double, and these nades from Dream is going to hold back SK for a few more seconds, and with only 20 seconds left on the clock, this is good play from E-Frag.
Yeah, desperately looking for that bomb plant. We're going to see the last 3 SK members here pushing towards the site. They have got that AWP on Freeze, so, you know, something could still come out of this round. And now, bomb does go down to suddenly the CT side of the ones on the clock. And then we're going to see Dreamer getting tagged down through the smoke, down to 18 HP. So it is a 4 versus 3 retake, but the HP advantage, you know, kind of neutral across both teams. Spy Leader, great frag onto Tensky, and now it's a 2 versus 3. Really nice pick there by Freezes. I believe that's Victor, pushes the site. 2 versus 2 here. Low HP on both SK players. Dreamer on 18 HP, but that bomb is ticking away, and, you know, oh, great flick there. Config just landing that headshot up on the Spy Leader, and a really nice shot there from Freeze with the AWP, and that does secure SK that 3rd round.
Yes, a solid play there by SK, somehow managing to come on top, even though after they lost 2 players on the after plant, and just surviving with 2 means they're going to be up yet another round. And E-Frag, obviously, what are E-Frag going to do? E-Frag are going to force buy. This is no surprise to us. And another pistol armor buy. Will it work off though? Work out, sorry, because it seems like the other force buy they won with the similar buy, you know, 1 kit, a couple of nades, pistol armor, was against a, you know, almost full buy. They had a couple of AKs and gloves, but they mainly had SMGs and a Tech 9, I think, on one of the players. So, you know, this force buy, maybe not the best idea against, you know, 4 AKs and a naught, but, you know, somehow Spy Leader's going to come out on top there, taking out Tensky, and there's not going to be a single trade frag of it. He's going to back off now, 40 HP, and the nade is finally going to finish him off. So Config getting that refrag onto him in CT spawn there is going to be good for SK Gaming, and they really don't want to lose to an eco here. This would be devastating for their economy.
Yeah, but you know, they've been in this situation before, and we have seen E-Frag be able to close out these eco rounds. Good flash coming in as Asilian does get fully white there. And now Flash is coming onto the site. They're just going to rush through that smoke, and Victor finding one, not quite finding the second, but he does do good damage onto Config, and it's 3 versus 2. Now it's a 2v2, sorry. Bomb does get dropped, and Victor pushes through the smoke again. He finds the kill on Takadian, and now it's a 2 versus 1. Just Freeze left alive with that AWP, and then we are going to see armor and guns on both of the E-Frag players. And there it is. They do manage to get that another round where they do a little force buy there. That was really nice from them. It did come down to that 2 versus 1. Freeze unable to close things out with the AWP, not quite able to make those shots connect. Of course, he does also get pushed from 2 locations at once. So really, really good play there from E-Frag. Great read of that B push. And, you know, risky play pushing through the smoke. But, you know, as we saw, SK did not expect it. And now it's just going to be an eco from SK, playing the safe game, but 3-3, by no means a bad score. Inferno being a heavily CT-sided map, you kind of expect a scoreline of 10-5, so that, you know, already being 3-3, that's not too shabby here for SK.
Yeah, and SK obviously having to full eco here. They have only got a couple of pistols to work with on 3 of their players actually. And yep, Dreamer taking the first frag on the B site as they rush straight in. Victor also following up, and Spy Leader as well. So a nice B play here coming out from E-Frag as they just shut down SK, who really don't have a lot to say with these pistols. They got no armor, so there's really nothing they can do against these armored and gunned up players. But interesting to pick up last round. I love watching E-Frag play ecos because they play it just, you know, so stupidly but so cleverly. You know, they just run through smokes, they pop flash through smokes, run around. They just don't care. And it enables them to get early picks in late round situations. Is extremely useful. So we saw obviously SK pushing the B site last round. We just saw, I think it was NKL, run through the smoke and just pick up a single frag and then follow up with a nade. So it's just such a useful play, seeing E-Frag play with pistols at least. I love watching it, and we're going to go into yet another buy run from SK. We are going to see a little on 10sk, not a single AWP this time on either team. E-Frag to stick with these pharmacists, not going to want to waste too much of their valuable CT economy, and that nade's going to do a bit of damage onto Cadian. But Freeze is really going for this early frag. He's really going aggressive towards mid. He's not going to manage to find anything as that smoke does go out, and we again are seeing a triple B stack from E-Frag. Victor finding that first frag. X is going to trade it. That's Cadian, and only 2 players left on B, but they would imagine only one. They haven't seen Spy Leader. He hasn't been peeking. Only Bubble and Victor have. So it seems like SK want to work towards B. They're pushing a couple of players at Banana. Freeze is going to manage to take out Bubble, and Spy Leader holding back here. He's going to want to try and get a trade frag, but he won't. Freeze coming on top of that, and now they know that the B site has to be clear. They've already killed 3 players, so they're just going to push straight onto the site. Bomb also following up, coming from Banana, and it seems like E-Frag might have to save this here.
Yeah, not looking good here for E-Frag. It is a 2 versus 4. The bomb's going to be going down any second now, and while they do have the kits and a good bit of utility, those pharmacists are not going to serve them very well up against 4 fully bought SK players. So they are just going to be doubling back here onto the A site here. They are going to be looking to save, but we are going to be seeing, I believe that's I believe that's Config. He's going to be flanking around, trying to hunt them, just not allowing them to save these pharmacists, as it will mean that their economy is going to be significantly worse in the coming rounds. Of course, if they do save this round, we will be able to see a force coming out from E-Frag with NKL and Dreamer both dropping these pharmacists for their teammates, but ball goes to plan. Config's not going to allow them to do that, although he does push in the wrong direction. And at this point, I just don't think he wants to overextend too much, as when we look at the T side, their economy really isn't looking too strong either. And it would definitely affect SK more if they were to lose a couple of guys trying to find E-Frag than if it were the other way round.
Yeah. It'd be a serious issue. If you looked at SK's money, they didn't have a single 1,000 on either of the players, so losing that gun, although he could technically pick up 1 or 2 frags on E-Frag, it's just not worth it unless you've built up a nice bank and you can afford to do that, you know, even more so on the CT side. But again, Config just not going for it in E-Frag, saving those 2 weapons. The rest of the players are going to force buy up with them after winning a couple of previous rounds and only just getting their money reset now, so the Molotovs to work with as well. We are seeing Dreamer and NKL with those. But heavy mid presence from SK, they're pushing quite a few players up quite aggressively. Bomb is going to be following up second mid, and they actually haven't got any banana control, so this is going to allow E-Frag to push down quite aggressively, as we saw Bubble doing the pistol round, and though he's playing towards A this time. Flash is going to go in, SK going aggressive, Bubble has this angle, he will find 1 frag, and There's going to be no rebuttal here from SK as he peeks out into the smoke. Does do some damage on Tensky. They're down to 90 HP, but not going to manage to find anything else yet. And backing off with the reload safely as the pop flash goes out. He just avoids it. And nice play by Spy Leader. Going to come in for support. We'll pick up 2 nice shots onto Tensky and Conflict. Leaving just 3s left, and he's going to begin going down again to Spy Leader. And that's going to be a nice 2k from Spy Leader and a nice 3k from Bubble, I think it was. Sorry, 3 from Spy Leader and 2 from Bubble, that was. And the E-Frag are going to secure the 5th round on the CT side.
Yeah, well, looking at things so far, you're going to see that SK's economy kind of not looking too strong right now, as they are going to be force buying, though, to go into this next round. This is the 10th round, SK versus E-Frag here, as SK just going to be looking to push, maybe have a little bit of mid-presence, trying to get that presence on Banana once again. They've been doing so well up on the B-bomb site, and I think they're going to be looking for that success once again. As we are going to see Cadian here pushing up with a really aggressive flash. Suddenly they know that no one's top Banana. And at this point, we are going to be seeing a little bit of a rotate coming out as Bomb does also come up Banana. So it's going to look like a B push at this point. We're going to be seeing, I believe that's Config lurking over inside of T-Apps. And now they are lining up these flashes and smoke. So it's going to look like it's going to be a B push, although they might try faking it around based on the information that Freeze and Config get here over on the A-bomb site.
Yeah, but Victor here just holding for the push. He is, you know, he has got a teammate to support him from CT spawn, but if the smoke goes down, that could seriously stop him from getting any kind of damage off, and that's going to be a Spy Leader there who's actually going to be finally backing off and playing some floater towards A, and it seems like he's got a bad read here. He's not sure what he's doing at the moment, playing a floater role obviously, and they're still waiting for SK to push up. Smoke is finally going to go out, flashes are going to follow, and Victor flashing into pool is just going to be waiting for this aggression, but SK not actually going for it. It seems like it's a fake at the moment, although they haven't rotated a player over, they're actually rotating players towards B, so it has to be a B push at this point. And I don't think they realise this. Victor is going to find some damage onto Tensky, not going to manage to pick up a single frag, and still at the back of B side, they have not punished him, as the nade does go out. They can double nade that, they can seriously kill him, and there we go, Config taking out Victor as Spy Leader does come in with a trade from CT, nice shot through the smoke, and he's going to actually move around to construction there, picking up a nice double so far, and the bomb is going to go down, but low HP on a couple of the players means SK are not looking like they're in a good spot. NKL just coming in for this sick retake, picks up 3 frags, and that's going to be the round to E-Frag once again. 6-4 now, and this is impressive play by E-Frag. They've got some really nice retakes going on right now.
Yeah, you know, their hold's not looking the strongest in the world, but also really nice pushes there from SK, and just phenomenal retakes there. E-Frag coming into that, being a bit of a disadvantage, and then finding the kills very quickly and efficiently after that bomb does go down. Really nice play there by NKL as well on the flank, allowing him to pick up 3 players there as he enters the site. Just really well read, I think, is the thing so far. You know, they're not over-rotating, they're not rotating too early, and then they do make up for it on the retakes. Sorry, the word kind of slipped my mind there. Let's take a look at this round now. We're going to just be seeing a flat rush by the looks of things up towards A-Apps as SK. They're going to be sneaking now. They've just kind of slowed down the pace. There's been a bit of a lack of aggression here from SK, playing with a similar style to Na'Vi. You know, waiting for that time to run down and then pushing the sights at the last minute. Although this round's going to be looking much more aggressive as they charge in towards Pit. Dreamer just finds a kill onto Cillian and does get traded out nicely, but it is 3 versus 2. And at this point, their biggest concern is just getting bombed down, as it does get dropped inside of Pit, and a full rotate coming out from the B-bomb site here, putting this into a 2 versus 3.
But they still don't have access to the bomb. They need to retrieve that and take that to the site, and this isn't looking too easy as Spider shuts down Mr. X, who's going to be Cadian, and now only Tensky is left alive in this 1 versus 3. He hasn't got any armor to work with either, and time is ticking down, 50 seconds on the clock. He needs to get this bomb planted, but they've got such a good view on it, the CTs. He does pick up 1 headshot, that's going to be good from him, but still 2 more remain, and Spy Leader and Victor both playing a nice crossfire here. He is going to manage to find the head of Spy Leader. I'm not sure what he was doing quite there, and Victor is the last alive here in this 1 versus 1. Tensky not looking like he's ready for this. Victor comes around the corner, goes for the spray control, but won't come out on top as Victor lands that shot. Only 21 HP left, so close there for Tensky. Almost could have been a sick 1v3, but again, I'm not sure what Spy Leader was doing just there. He was just sitting in library, watching, and didn't seem to fight back as the bullets came his way. And either way, E-Frag are going to come out on top by the skin of their teeth, and that round's going to go to them.
Yeah, great damage then, though they're done by SK just across the board. Only leaving 1 E-Frag player left alive does mean that's going to be a significant hit to their economy, but when we look at it overall, E-Frag still not really feeling the burn of that round adequately enough, whereas when we look at SK, their economy is running very dry at the minute, and they are very low on funds if they do not manage to even succeed a bomb plant in this round. Although they will be getting that loss bonus, so they should be good to buy in the coming rounds. Still, they're going to be looking for more than just being able to buy. They're going to be looking for rounds at this point. and they need to get some more on the board desperately, as we have seen E-Frag being on a 3 win streak when it comes to rounds.
That's definitely true, and Spiley, they're taking some damage there through the smoke. It's going to put him down to 30 HP. SK just playing the slow at the moment. Cillian is trying to clear out short and long, but you can see E-Frag just changing the pace. They are going to be playing more passive this round, and you can see usually they just peak long and short, but without any kind of information allowed for SK, they are going to be playing passive as Tensky works his way towards the B side, picks out one Spiley, you're flashing through the smoke, and look at how desperate he is to get this trade, regardless of being on such low HP, and he's still peeking out so aggressively as SK still work their way towards the A side, but it seems like it could be B at the moment. I'm sure that's what E-Frag are thinking as Tensky takes out one and Bubble again on the A site, trading out freezes, so that's a good refrag, but again they have control of the B site, and SK haven't rotated to this, but it seems like finally E-Frag are going to send over Bubble to challenge Tensky here, but they're coming in hot, and SK look like they want to get the bomb down before the rotate comes in.
Yeah, well, you know, Tensky just being an absolute beast here for the T side when it comes to their entries. A little bit slow in the first half, in the first couple of rounds, but now suddenly coming into his element, getting the entries, and then bomb going to be going down on site here. We're going to see Tensky playing inside of Ruins here, holding this close angle. Will he find the head of Bubble as he pushes in? He does indeed. Bubble does go down, and now it's a 2 versus 3. Dreamer here desperately trying to find this return frag, and he does so. And now it's a 2 versus 2. Mr. X, that's going to be Katie in low HP over here towards Emo over in the corner.
But the retake is coming in hot, and they're running out of time. They need to hurry up and get on with this. And there we go, Dreamer, disgusting 2K. Going to find 2 pistol shots, but is there enough time to defuse a bomb? It seems like there will be. Boom. E-Frag just retake that site. Now we're up to 8-4, and SK getting so close there, and a nice 4K from Dreamer is going to enable E-Frag to pick up yet another round. But yeah, really interesting to note that SK had control of B. They were a bit slow on the rotate there. I know they were pushed up quite aggressively towards long and short, but you know, they should have got a really faster rotate, and sadly weren't able to get that bomb down. Only a few more seconds would have done it for them, and that's so unlucky. And look at this E-Frag change of pace. We were just saying how passive they were playing. Now they're just rushing down mid. Bubble finding one. Freeze will get the refrag, and they still haven't got any more trades to come. SK finally doing exactly that. There's going to be another frag coming out from Dreamer, and now, you know, mid's just destroyed at the moment. SK have nothing to say about that. 2 players against 3, and, you know, E-Frag haven't even used their nades yet, so they can easily wear down the time. This is going to be really hard from SK to come back from this. I just love to watch how E-Frag just go from one round of not peeking a single angle to just rushing down mid with 3 players and getting 3 frags very early. So SK should struggle with this, I can imagine. They have got a couple of nades to work with, which is one good thing, but really going towards the B site finally, and the only positive they got here is Spiley is alone on B. But I definitely wouldn't count E-Frag out in this situation. But yeah, SK taking their sweet time, pushing up Banana quite slowly. Flashes and smokes are finally going to be going out. Cadian trying to smoke towards coils, and I'm sure that's going to cause some kind of rotate from E-Frag side, and no, they just think it's a fakers. Spiley getting ready to run through the smoke here. He does peek out one, finds the head of it, Mr. X. He won't find the second one as config. Does trade him out there as only 12 HP left and 20 seconds to plant the bomb as the retake does come in from Dreamer. A nice nade is going to force him out of position. He's just going to peek out and go down there. Dreamer going to manage to succeed in that battle, and E-Frag are up to 9-4.
Yeah, no, I mean, a really strong round there from E-Frag. They do manage to take control of mid, pushing straight down at the start. And like you said, their change of pace makes them so interesting to watch. It was similar to how they play on the eco rounds with so much aggression, just taking mid control immediately. And SK completely unprepared and bewildered by that play, do get caught with their pants down and are unable to get that bomb down as well. So they are going to be looking to do a force buy this round. Current scoreline 9-4. And, you know, they're just looking to get some more rounds on the board. Now, currently, E-Frag on a 5-win streak. And SK looking to finally put that to an end, as it looks like they're going to be going for really heavy A aggression and mid aggression here, so as not to allow what happened last round to happen this round.
Yeah, SK really just want to try and reset the money bonus of E-Frag. You can see they're building up a bank slowly but surely. NKL and Dreamer are up to the 6,000 to 8,000s. Rest of the team is quite low on money, but you know, they've got a little bit of a bank at least to work with. There's SK, you know, 1,700 after this buy. They've really not got a whole lot to work with. Flashes are going to go out. Cadian going to get full flash by his teammate, and Bubble will find the first frag onto Tensky. He can out quite aggressively once again. He's going to get punished for that. Cillian uses that Tech 9 as it's meant to be used, and Dreamer picking up another 3k that round against that force buy, or half force buy from SK Gaming. And now we're going to go into the last round of the half, and SK finally being able to buy up. Once again, no AWP. We haven't actually seen an AWP on E-Frag at all so far, so this is quite interesting to see on the CT side. Inferno and You know, if SK can pick up this last round, 10-5, I'd say is a viable score for actually coming back. The only problem is they might be a bit tilted, obviously, after losing so many rounds, and it's very demoralising to lose 6 rounds in a row, and they definitely don't want that to go to 7 at least. And E-Frag so kitted out at the moment, all these pistols, all these nades, and we are seeing a really fun boost from Dreamer. He's going to be going on top of Porch, so we haven't seen that again this half. And again, E-Frag just doing these one and done spots all the time, and it's so much fun to watch them use it. There we go, Flash going out. Mr. X is going to find one, so a nice pre-fire there is going to come out on top as Config follows up with one of his own, and now they have control of the A side. Oh my god, Cadian going huge, picking up 2 frags this round already, and retake is going to come in, but Asilian's not going to let Spy Leader do a thing as Victor comes in once again from Arch here. But really, this 1 versus 5 with such low time and so many nades left on SK, they have 4 Molotovs left. It's not going to be a doable situation, and Asilian's going to kill him out on top there after Victor picks up Tensky, and that's going to be the half there. E-Frag up to 10 rounds and SK up to 5, so I'd say a fairly expected half from both teams. 5 rounds T-side is nothing out of the normal, and they should both be happy with that, and we're going to go into the second half very shortly. Here we go, second pistol round of the game. E-Frag again going for an E-Frag buy, 4 armors, 1 nade buy on NKL, and SK going for a very similar buy, 1 kit and 4 armor. So we're going to see E-Frag work their way up towards the B side quite aggressively. A dink onto Asilian is not going to go unnoticed as Spidey that takes out Config there as well. So that's a nice early frag by E-Frag, and there we go, Asilian still playing sandbags. Despite being dinked, is going to go down after missing that somewhat easy shot, you could say, and USP is retrieved by Bubble as the rest of the players from SK rotate. They know it's going to be B at this point. It's obviously not some kind of fake after picking up 2 frags on the B side as they push towards Bomb. Still not going to go down, but Bubble finally going to be able to plant it, and we are seeing NKL here holding the flank. Cadian going to be peek out, not going to come out on top there. And NKL getting a very key frag, meaning this is an almost impossible situation to retake, especially with Tensky having no armor. He's not going to check his right angle, and Victor's going to come out there with 2 quick headshots. E-Frag taking the pistol round for the T side. So E-Frag actually taking both pistol rounds now. This is very impressive, and you know, it's going to be hard for them to lose this game after now being forced up to 11-5 with a couple of anti-ecos in store.
Yeah, well, providing they can take hold of these next 2 rounds, the following anti-eco rounds after winning there, then they should be good. I'll put them on to 13-5, and at that point they'll be well and truly ahead. Like we said, what they have to do now is make up another 5 rounds from this. 2 of them should hopefully be given to them if they play their cards right. But a good bit of utility and a force buy coming out here from SK. You know, it's not impossible for them to take this round, as we did see in the first half. Really well executed there by E-Frag, if you remember back to the second round. And now, you know, looking at this, we're going to see just a kind of passive mid presence here coming out from E-Frag, waiting for SK maybe to make a mistake, maybe overextend a little bit, and that's going to be NKL pushing up Banana, just trying to play for information and not quite getting any. But now push out mid as Spy Leader finds the kill on Acadian, and this has opened up the whole of A site for them. We're going to be seeing, however, I can't actually see who that is. So yeah, my HUD's just broken. That's beside the point anyway. Victor here finds the kill on a freeze, and now the A bomb site is entirely open for them. 2 versus 5 here. Bomb's going to be going out very shortly, I'd imagine. But with Tensky lurking up here inside of Apps, he could quite possibly find the head. But not quite. And now Bomb's going to be going down on side of A. And it's not looking good at this point. CT side might just be looking to save armor pistol, which is probably what they're going to be doing. Maybe Tensky might go for a pick. You know, just try to play for exit so they can at least save a gun. But aside from that, not looking too good for SK.
Yeah, definitely. Config obviously won't save this armor. This is pretty much an undoable situation. Again, Tensky has nothing to save. He has a $500 CC and no armor to work with, so really just wants to kind of get an exit. But he's playing a position which won't guarantee him an exit. Again, you know, E-Frag are going to be mainly saving from CT spawn, I think, at the moment, and 1 player in pit as well. So, oh, that's 2 players in pit, sorry, stacked on top of each other's head. So really, nothing's going to come out that round. SK not managing to find many openings, if any at all. Not finding a single frag actually. And Freeze, I was spectating Freeze that round because he had a really really good potential with the angle he was playing through the smoke. If he played a little bit more aggressive and decided to rush through that smoke, he could have definitely picked up 1 or 2 kills, and that could be huge. That could have turned the round around completely for SK Gaming. But regardless, he decided to play passive, and SK are going to suffer from that. E-Frag wants now up to 12 rounds, and this should be an easy cleanup. We are going to see Bubble picking up this Mac 10, so he's going to be able to get some easy anti-eco frags, rack up some money with that. The aim punch that comes from the Mac 10 is almost impossible to fight back on, and you know, The random number generator of the pistols when you're getting aim punch could end up with a headshot onto him, but it's very unlikely. SK Gaming should be mowed down here. Only hope they have is Config. If Config can find a rifle and do some work with that armor that he's also got, that could be a possibility for SK to pick up a couple of rifles and maybe save some. But again, Config missing those picks down Banana is not going to go too well for him as Bubble holds for the CT aggression in Banana. But again, E-Frag just playing it slow at the moment. They're going to work towards the A site at the moment. All 5 players actually going for one, so no fakes or lurks or anything coming out at the moment, and just clearing the angles slowly but surely. And it's interesting to see if they were going to wrap around towards B. They might rotate a player back down Banana to do this, and no, they're just going to go straight into CT spawn. There's not a single player coming up from Banana, so no distractions. And what's interesting to note is I don't think SK even know this. They have got a Cillian there watching CT spawn, so they must have some kind of information, at least coming from footsteps, and the Cillian's going to land some shots into Bubble. But he hasn't really got the kind of long-range gun to work with as NKL takes out Freeze there on the A site, and now they've got complete control of A. The last 2 players on the A site at least are playing retake situations, so it shouldn't be easy for SK. They're just going to want to get some exit frags here, I can imagine.
Yeah, well, 4 versus 5 is not the situation you want to find yourself in. Config does find a kill on a Bubble. Really nice flick there with the PT-50. And they're pretty soon be looking to save. Although, to be fair, it is a MAC-10. You'd be hoping to take a little bit more away from this round than that. So, maybe not. It is going to be the 3 CT players here, just kind of lurking outside the site, trying to play for these exit frags. We've got Cadian and Tensky set up to do the trade here. They try to do damage off in the pit just so they lose those guns when the bomb does go off, and it does work. Both E-Frag players there inside of pit do get taken down. And, you know, that was a fairly smart play actually coming out there from SK Gaming. They knew that they couldn't do anything substantial, so what they did is they just waited to just try to damage E-Frag's economy as much as they can. And damage they did. But now, going into the 19th round, a full buy coming out from both teams. Finally, it seems like it's been a decade since SK goodbye after that pistol loss. And, you know, now we're just going to be seeing what's going to happen on the first full buy round for both teams. We're going to see lots of aggression coming out here from the CT side, and 4 players over towards the A-bomb site as one of them's floating inside of CT. Lots of damage exchanged on the Tensky through the wall. He does get down to 8 HP immediately and then naded by Spy Leader. Really, really nice job there. That just takes out a whole bunch of A presence straight off the bat, and now you're going to see B site suffering in terms of defense as a result of that.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, this is a make or break round. If SK loses one, they've pretty much lost the game, because then E-Frag are up to 14 rounds. They'll be fighting against an eco if SK decide to go for the draw, and they'll be up at 15 rounds then, most likely at least. And once you're up to 15, it's almost GG. But Cadian has something to say about this, and he will pick up 2 frags towards mid as he rotates back towards B, expecting a fast rotate from E-Frag. But they're not going to bite the bait. They're just going to push up towards A, and I don't think they've realised the Cillian is still here in apps. It seems like they've actually walked past him here. Dreamer and the Cillian getting so close together, and it's going to be a game of who turns round first, really. Finally leaving apps, the Cillian is going to be going back towards long here, waiting for the players, expecting them to wrap around, but no, NKL is going to pick up a frag onto Freeze as they do manage to take control of the site here. Smoke is going to go down, and hopefully the bomb to follow as only 3 players are left on the CT side to retake. But in a 3v3, definitely not impossible, and Cillian and Config both have a flash each to work with.
Yeah, they're by no means out of this just yet. Bomb is down though, the time is ticking, and CT's kind of lacking the aggression right now to push up onto the site with enough time left. Cadian trying to clear the angles. Dreamer does find the kill onto a Cillian, but then Virtual Bet and NKL do manage, Victor and NKL do manage to find the final 2 kills there. And, you know, that round does once again go in favour of E-Frag. It looked so promising there, SK Gaming and Cadian opening up with the double. But, sadly, it's not going to be, and it is going to take things through to 14-5. And when we're seeing a force spy coming out from SK here, desperately just clutching at straws, trying to grab any round they can. And, of course, they either play for the draw or they play for the win. And they're going to be looking for the win. So they are going to be forced to force spy here.
Yeah, a very questionable decision when they're down this many rounds. They really kind of, I would have personally decided to eco for the overtime, for the draw at least, and you know, go for the full buy next round, because they haven't had a lot of chance for that. You know, the first buy round they were lacking nades because they full spot second round, and that was a serious problem in retaking the site at least. And again, SK not going to have too much of a good buy here. Mag 7 on the Cillian, so that's always fun to watch, but only 2 rifles. That's going to be on Cadian and Freeze. E-Frag just playing the default at the moment. They haven't got much banana aggression. They have got apps control as well, and so they're establishing map control. It's obviously they're going to go towards the A site at this point. Bubble is going to be sneaking up with NKL, and finally NKL leaving B actually for a change, so we're on the way up towards A. Spy Leader coming out, Dreamer also following up with one of his own, and that's going to be 2 players down on the A site, only 3 left for SK Gaming. They're all on the B site, so they're all going to have to be retaking, and really they just need to save here, and yep, that's going to be what they're going to want to do. SK saving these rifles and saving this armor for next round, and Cillian with a nice position. He will definitely be able to get some extra price with this kind of gun, unless E-Frag decides to pre-fire it or expect someone there, but it'd be unlikely. You know, I think they can just imagine that SK are going to be saving, so Cillian might come out on top here if E-Frag don't check this corner. But no, they're not going to come for him. He's finally just going to back off, and interesting decision by E-Frag. They're not actually going to exit into CT spawn at all, knowing the SK players were B players, so they're going to manage to save their own rifles. This is just safe by them, but the thing I question here is E-Frag are saving their weapons, but look at their economy. They have 4,000, 5,000, 9,000, 10,000 on most of the players, so they have the economy to chase SK and get rid of their rifles, so they have a secure next round. But I think maybe it's to do with the confidence. At this point, E-Frag are up 15-5 and they've won all the T-side rounds, so maybe they're just confident they know they're not going to lose at this point. And it really seems that way, as SK do go for their last attempt at a pitiful buy-up. Config actually picking up an SMG for a change on the CT side, and he's going to be playing towards B, as E-Frag go for the 5-man AK buy. Molotovs on most of the players as well, so they're going to be setting some serious things on fire this round.
Yeah, well, looking at the economy on that last round, very shaky for SK, and like you said, E-Frag not hunting, I think mainly due to the fact that they didn't want to risk giving any AKs up, as well as that, you know, they're fairly comfortable at this point in the knowledge that it's going to be a force buy coming out from SK, and they could beat them on a full buy, so I think their mentality at the minute is, if they can beat them on a full, then they could beat them on the force. Something I'm kind of missing here, though, is SK still playing a really passive game. I suppose with some of these weapons you're going to have to, like the Mag 7, but I'd like to just see a little bit more aggression, seeing as it is kind of all or nothing at this point. Maybe just trying to catch E-Frag off guard in these pushes, because you notice they take a lot of map control inside of apps and mid, as well as banana. Just kind of, they give up so much of the site. Formerly we've seen them giving up long. That's not going to be the case this time, as we are going to see Cadian over towards long, but still, they don't have as much map control as they would like, and that's so essential right now, seeing as that the only thing they have on their side is information. They don't have the weapons for it, but then we see Cadian, and sorry, the demo just skips forward there.
Yeah, that
a
happens
little bit of
very
GOTV lag.
Yeah. We missed out
no
quite a
biggie.
lot of that round there, guys, but basically what happened is E-Frag lost it. It seems like 1 second left, and Dreamer's going to shoot, take control of the site and still go down to Cadian there. So yeah, sometimes the demo glitches up like that and we don't get to see what actually happened, but SK managing to take a round for a change, so that's looking really good. Their first CT round so far out of the 6 that have been played, and or 6-ish that have been played. Yeah, 6, and finally going to be able to buy up. But obviously so E-Frag, not actually going for an AWP again and just sticking with these AKs, and SK full M4s apart from a FAMAS and an AK, but again the AK is pretty useful on the CT side at least. You want to get those one-tap headshots, and Bubble working his way up towards the B side. He's going to find the first frag from Config. It seems like E-Frag just want to change the pace, they just want to go large, they want to go all in into this site, just pushing so aggressively, and Bubble is going to manage to come out on top there with 2 frags, as SK have no rebuttal here. Only 3 players left, and they've got to try and get some retake frags going on here, but they're running out of time. The bomb has been planted, so this isn't looking too good for SK. Dreamer has got a nice position down the bottom mid, so he's at least got that information that all the SK players are going to be coming from CT spawn here, and Freeze managing to get 1 spy lead. They're going to trade it out. At this point it just seems like 0 impact frags, as Cadian's left last alive. He does pick up 1 though onto Bubble, and this could actually be a doable clutch. He's running out of time and he has got a kit to work with. Flash is going to go out, he's just going to stick the bomb here. It doesn't seem like Dreamer's going to chase it. Only 1 second left on the bomb, but Dreamer will find that frag, and that's going to be the game to E-Frag. 16-6 there. Finally going to take the game, and what looked like a very doable round for SK, you know, with KD in that 1v2, sadly does not come out on top, and you know, a very large scoreline difference really. E-Frag 16-6 is really impressive. They did have such a solid CT half though, and again SK didn't really win any of their buy rounds on CT side, but E-Frag again are a complete T side team, so it's what's expected really, and I found that a really interesting game. You know, any final words on that game, do you think, Harry?
You know, I think the biggest difference is just the pace difference between the two, and E-Frag clearly having way more control over that, and their economy was such an amazing spectacle to watch, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. Yeah,
definitely, and again, for those who don't know, that is the first map of the best of 3. That's E-Frag's map pick. Second map will be starting very